Fight!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Season 6, Episode 5 of the MKAU podcast. We are halfway through the year already, and there's been a bunch of news so far, but today we're joined by Suddy.
Hello.
As per usual.
Yes.
Knuckle Sandwich is back.
Hey.
Brashy's made another appearance.
What's up?
And our resident babyface Techno's here.
G'day.
What's going on, guys? How have we been?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Not too bad.
That's good.
Got back from Melbourne.
What have you been?
Entered.
Oh yeah.
Got back from Melbourne last night. Entered BAM Battle Arena Melbourne, which is the biggest fighting game esports event in Australia. And I entered. When I entered second aid, I did okay, but yeah, there's professionals from Korea who were playing that, so Messi didn't have a chance. But it was like over 240 players, so it was good fun. Then also entered Virtua Fighter 5, didn't do as well, but had some casuals against a pro Japanese player, Itabashi Zangief, and he won the whole thing. And then I entered another fighting game on the Game Boy called Power Quest, which is I never heard of it before, but it was free, so I entered just last minute because the guy promoting it was just trying to get more players. And I did a lot better on that. I went to losers bracket, but I got close to the end. I lost that in the end, but it was fun. Even just a 2-button fighting game.
I honestly haven't even heard of the comp, to be fair.
Yeah,
BAM's been around for a while.
Yeah, it's by cash words, it's been around for more than 10 years, since the early 2000s, I think.
Yeah, awesome.
And yeah, if you're into fighting games, it's something. Yes, some of the stuff. It's also part of the big like Tekken World Tour, Street Fighter, Capcom Cup, and the other one by Arc System Works, and so it's like kind of like our equivalent to Evo, Combo Breaker and stuff like that. And getting to see professional players like even from Japan and Korea like come down and see how they perform. It's always even if they're going to wipe out the competition, it's just fun to watch them play live and just be part of the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, they get right into the fighting games, so no, it's good.
Yeah, I mean they make a living just off the prize money they make. So, and I've got streaming in that.
It's the dream.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Brashy?
Me working. I haven't really been playing too much actually, like games. Like I've been downloading all like the free ones off the PlayStation store and just going through them because I don't have time to actually dive into something like mainstream. Like I even got like Skull and Bones. I started playing that, and then I just haven't even had a chance to go back to it. But,
did you enjoy it so far?
Yeah, I did enjoy it. Like I do miss the little things that Black Flag had, like some of the little things that like actually jumping onto the boat and fighting people and stuff. But yeah, no, it's been pretty fun. But I've been playing Iron Harvest a lot. If anyone knows what Iron Harvest is, it's like back in the 1950s, but the technology's more steampunk, and so they've built like big robots and mechs and shit, like steampunky robots and mechs, and they use them in war. And it's sort of like a Age of Empires sort of.
I was gonna say it's like an RTS
war game. Yeah, real time strategy. Yep.
Oh, nice.
So I've just been playing that. The only thing is it fucking crashes every 2 seconds. So yeah, but
that's day gaming.
Yeah. Other than that playing League every now and then. That's about it.
A lot of people have been going back to, like, I've got a bunch of mates that used to play League all the time, then stopped playing it, and now all of them are back in the League. I was like, what happened on League that you're all going back? Oh, it's just cool. I'm like,
yeah, and it dies when the LCS and that if it stops. So when the LCS is finished, it like dies, and then the LCS comes back for the spring split, and then everyone jumps back on for a bit. Then the spring split finishes, so everyone just jumps off it again, and then the the summer split will start, and everyone jumps back in for like that in the Worlds, and everyone jumps back in, and yeah, it's a cycle.
Yeah, right.
Got a fighting game being made soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they
are actually.
Yeah, 2XKO, they're making League of Legends fighting game. So they're getting like professional players to try come in, game test it, and help promote it. So they're putting a lot of money into just promotion, and the game's not even finished yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
looks
right.
pretty good though so
They're
far.
going to
From what
be
I've seen.
free to play
It
as
looks
well.
good. Like I'm not a fan of the franchise, but people want to try it.
I think it's free to play. I think it's.
Yeah, I think that's the idea of it, and
Yeah,
of course, like with stuff, they try to tempt you to pay for skins and whatnot.
skins and shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
classic
Battle
Riot.
yeah.
Yeah,
What have you been up to, Techo?
A lot of X Defiant. I've
Same with me, boy.
I think I'm almost level 60
I played it once.
something.
Yeah, I can't get into it.
Oh, I've been loving it. I think since Modern Warfare 2 really let me down, and then I didn't even bother with Modern Warfare 3, and I've just needed a shooter that I can keep going back to, and for me, X Defiant has been.
See, that's what you missed. Modern Warfare 3 was good though. Is good though compared to 2.
Yeah.
Modern
know.
Warfare.
The map- some of
honestly,
the-
Tech, I didn't like Modern Warfare 2, and I love Modern Warfare 3.
Okay.
It's only some of these more recent maps they're adding as they're pretty garbage.
Well, I
Like,
mean, like, to me, it was just why I don't know. Modern Warfare 2 maps, right?
initially at the start, yeah, at the
Yeah,
start,
okay.
but it does. The movement is a little different than Modern.
I just can't get behind the battle pass and the black cell passes anymore.
I don't bother buying any of
Oh,
that.
no.
Yeah, I
don't get
ignore
any of
all
You
that.
just don't buy it.
I tend to disagree with a lot of people with X Defiant. Everyone keeps saying it's a COD killer. Don't
I don't
get
think
me
it's
wrong.
a COD killer.
I
X
don't think
Defiant's
so.
a good game. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't remind me of COD. It reminds
no.
me of CS:GO.
Actually,
Does
yeah,
it?
it does
I
actually
mean,
remind me of
It
CS:GO
reminds me
too.
of CS:GO.
Yeah.
Just to how people play it and how movement is and everything. Like obviously you can't aim down your sight in CS:GO, but I don't know the whole grand scheme of things of CS:GO. It reminds me of CS:GO.
I think I just like the fast pace of it. But I agree with you. I don't think it's a COD killer. I believe they should coexist.
100%. I'll forever keep going back to COD. It's literally where I started my streaming career. So
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll always go back to COD. But
I mean, the one devs that I do trust for COD at the moment are Treyarch. So if I will most likely end up getting Black Ops 6 for sure.
We got to talk about that
We'll
later, anyway.
we'll
so.
talk about that later. What have you been up to, Subby?
Same as Tech, really. I've been playing a lot of X Defiant when I can.
Yeah.
I've just started to use snipers because every other fucker is doing it. And I'm pretty good.
Oh, I was
gotta
just
get 'em
about
up
to
before they
say,
go.
Pretty
yeah,
good.
you're getting up there as the best in Oceania.
I'm pretty good, exactly. I could be the best X Defiant sniper in this.
Bold claim.
Probably not, but no, it's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun, very satisfying.
Comments to make a comment on Subby's
Yeah.
sniping.
No, it's good.
I'm
It's
sure
a good game. I'm enjoying it.
I'm personally struggling to get into it. I don't know why. Like I like the game. I just can't sit there for like COD. I can sit there for hours playing that. This I just can't. I get annoyed too quickly.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Saying that, Stace is the exact same. I've seen her play COD for hours, and she gets like really annoyed with X Defiant very quickly. So I don't know.
I just think it's the whole. You guys might just be over that genre of game, like fast-paced shooters. You know what I mean? I think that's just what it is. It's essentially the same thing.
Yeah. Talking about Ubisoft, obviously they they've got their new season coming out very shortly. Well, yeah, season, if you can call it that. And they've announced that they're adding in a monthly membership thing, which is $9.99 US, which would probably convert to about $15 Australian. Which has had a bit of controversy because people are saying, why are we paying a monthly subscription for a game we've already paid for? Which is obviously what the likes of Fortnite done it, but they're obviously free, the game. Yes, you get some free, like you get some exclusive skins, time limited skins. I believe you get a couple of battle level passes and a few other bits and pieces per month. What's everyone's sort of thoughts on it? Because it's very mixed emotions with the community at the moment.
I'll let everyone go first. Sorry.
Well, as someone who doesn't play the
wanna
game,
hear- Yep.
or ever played the game, my thoughts on it so far are, if you're not forced to buy it, then it's not that big of a deal. The only people who are complaining are the only real legitimate. The only thing that I think they see is the fact that there's going to be things that if they don't buy it, they're not going to get it, and if they can't get it, then no one should get it.
I think a lot of it, I do
'cause-
agree with what you said though, because like a lot of it does come down to people wanting stuff. Like I know Subby loves his legendary skins, and part of the membership is going to be time limited legendary skins that you can only get from having that membership. So
Yeah,
it's sort of
people are
paywalls
gonna
for
be-
people that want them.
I want it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's my own thing, because it's like it's the same with any other game. Like I play that has a battle pass, I usually just don't do it unless I really like the game, and then I'll do it. Fuck it.
Do you agree?
If I'm willing to pay the money, I'll do it. If I'm not willing to pay money, I won't do it.
Do you agree with them having the membership, even though the game is a paid game?
Yeah,
This
as I
is-
said, like for me, like if I paid for a game and I had to pay for a battle pass, if I liked the game, I'd do it. If I didn't like the game, I wouldn't do it. The thing I think is what makes it bad is the fact they shouldn't do limited edition things in the battle pass if you already had to pay for the game. You should just get like your normal like $2 skins or whatever, and your $2 gun skins or whatever, and have them in the battle pass and just collect them. Sort of like in a way, like League did that for a bit way back when. Like they just put all their nothing skins in the thing that you can just collect if you wanted to pay the battle pass, and it just helped you collect the fucking thousands of skins they have. But
I suppose what Techno said before too, and now that I've just thought about it, like COD, you pay $100 or whatever for each COD, and
It's
then
the
you're
same
paying
thing.
$40
pay-
a month for a
You're
Black
paying,
Cell. Like,
correct, and you can only get those skins if you buy the Black Soul edition. It's the same. Every game does it.
Yeah.
and I don't like Black Ops enough to do that. So.
Yeah, you don't have to do it. That's the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't want, if you don't want those limited skins, and there's a lot in there, then you just don't pay them. You know, if you want them, you pay for it. Fortnite, the Fortnite crew. I know Fortnite's free, but the Fortnite crew thing is exactly the same. You get your battle pass. You get all these. You get V-Bucks every month. You get skins you can only get by subscribing as a member as well. Fortnite's been doing it for years. I know that game's free, but
yeah.
Do you know if those limited time skins can you still just buy them in the store, or is it purely?
no, they're
through
they're only through subscriptions, or the COD ones are only in the Black Cell edition of the Battle Pass. Yeah. So I just recently.
You should still be able to buy them.
No,
At
they're
like
tied.
a higher
They're
price.
tied. They're tied to the Black Cell Premium Pass.
Oh no, for Rainbow Six, this new.
For Rainbow
those limited
Six.
times one for the Rainbow
No,
Six.
they'll probably. Well, no, they're probably only if you're a member.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like you should still be able to buy them if you're not a member. Just maybe like it costs a bit more instead of just going through the Battle Pass.
In
Or
saying
if you get
that,
it for
though,
free through the Battle Pass.
They might do. I don't know though. As far as I
we
know,
don't
they're
know yet.
exclusive. So I don't know.
from all the posts that I've sort of read, I've read up a fair bit on it, obviously, and they all say exclusively for the membership. But I mean, the membership doesn't come out until the new season comes out, so we're not going to know what you can and can't do. Ubisoft are normally pretty good with that sort of stuff, but I suppose we'll see. But like at the end of the day, if it's only $15 a month, like that's a couple of coffees a week, sort of thing. So.
This is the thing.
That's less
This
than
is-
Netflix.
And this is the thing. It's replacing what already exists. So you're not paying any. It's not new. At the moment, if you want the Battle Pass and whatever else comes with it, you pay for premium.
But this
Premium's going
membership is
away.
on-
Premium's going away, and this has been replaced with a membership to get the Battle Pass and stuff. So nothing's changed. It's just a subscription.
Is there a battle pass plus this like membership, or is it replacing?
It's part of
No,
your
yeah,
membership.
it's still Battle Pass.
It's all included. Yeah.
So how
if
much
you
is
buy-
the battle pass compared to this?
You can't buy the
I
Battle
can't bring
Pass
it up.
unless you buy premium.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because I understand if it's replacing it, then I'm all for it.
It's
you know
replacing
what
what the so yeah. So at the moment, if you want the Battle Pass and access to the operators straight away, you buy premium. That's what's already in place. That's being replaced with membership. Plus, you also get all those other cosmetic stuff, I guess, included, including
Yeah.
Rainbow Six
I mean? 'Cause
credits.
I can understand that, and if you do have like a live service that's about 8 years old and you still need to make money from it. And
Correct. That look,
understand that for sure.
I was talking to Whippy about it. I will guarantee you, Siege will go free to play pretty soon.
Yeah.
Once that comes in play,
I can see that.
and that'll be where they make their money from. So if you're already paying for premium now, which most of us, well, I know I do. If everyone that pays for premium now, if they want to keep doing that, they'll just buy the membership. If you're already not buying premium and you're just buying your operators through grinding, people will just keep doing that. So I don't really know why people are complaining, other than sure there's some nice skins tied to it. But you're a member for a reason. Like, you've got to have some sort of. I think you should have some sort of.
I think gamers in general are just sick of subscription models for their games.
Well, then they're probably not buying it now, so it shouldn't matter to them. A lot of people probably don't buy the premium pass as it is. So what are they whinging about?
I never
Yeah.
buy the battle pass. Like, but I also don't care about skins and all that. So
subscriptions do seem to be a big thing nowadays. Like every game, even like single player games, and that there's some sort of like thing you can get,
annual pass or something.
Yeah. I just want to play a single player game.
Yeah,
shit.
Talking about games absolutely riddled with battle passes and cosmetics and all the rest of it. Obviously, they've just announced that we're getting Black Ops 6, which apparently has been in the works for the last couple of years, which is promising, as the last couple have been pumped out.
Apparently, the longest COD ever in development.
First one with
4 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Which I love the Black Ops series. I've always loved the Black Ops series. And it's even better. It's coming to day one Game Pass, which is a big, big W for Xbox or Game Pass in general. But where do they stop? Like, are they starting to flog the franchise with a stick? Like, is it getting to that point? Because, like I've said to Subby before, Modern Warfare is starting to get to that point that they should just make it live service. You now download COD and you've got a main launcher, if you want to call it that, which you can launch all 3 games from, like Modern Warfare's. And there's no need to have the past 2 because all the maps from the past 2 are in the new one anyway. So do they just stop, make it call it Call of Duty and just add everything in? Or do they keep flogging it?
I've been saying this since Modern Warfare 19. I think they should just make one COD and just keep updating it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I agree. It's getting to that point, especially now when you've got one launcher. They just keep fucking piling all these games into it. Just, here's the launcher.
Yeah.
Just boot multiplayer. Sure, look, release a campaign every year. That's fair enough, whatever.
As a DLC.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you want the campaign every year, you purchase it as a DLC, correct? And the multiplayer is just multiplayer, and maps and stuff just keep getting added to it every season or whatever they're doing at the moment. And sure, do a zombies as well. Put it in there. Just one launcher, 3 options. Not fucking 6 COD options, then have 3 other options.
I think it would take for everyone to just stand up and say, we're not buying the next COD, for them to stop doing it. Because they know for a fact they're going to release Black Ops 6. From the photos, like the little bits and pieces that we've seen, it looks sick. So everyone's going to go buy it anyway. Or they're going to play it on Game Pass and they would be getting a mad payout just for that alone per download on Game Pass.
Look, we might all be surprised because Microsoft are running the show now, so you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, hopefully.
I would love to see COD as a...
You know what Microsoft's like with their live service and subscriptions and stuff? You wouldn't surprise me if they have a grand plan for the franchise.
I just want them to remove this engagement optimized matchmaking, skill-based matchmaking, whatever you want to call it. Get it out. Get it out.
Yeah,
it might happen too after the X-Defiant success.
So.
Like you look at the Twitch numbers, and it's every single day it's more than Call of Duty.
And bring back OG zombies.
Yes. Zombie Chronicles 2. How much that would sell like hotcakes. For real.
But yeah, I don't know. They're flogging the series with a stick. Is
it
like now they have a dedicated player base, and
it's not going anywhere.
I feel like they're somewhat taking advantage of that.
But it's
Um,
games like Mortal Kombat. You could easily make that live service, but they know everyone's going to go and buy the new ones. Like the last
I don't
Yeah,
know. Could you do it with Mortal Kombat, Sammy? I don't know if you could do it with Mortal Kombat.
It's been a hot topic with fighting games in general, actually. But also with Mortal Kombat, it's only like every 4 or 5 years you get
Yeah,
a new
it's not
one, and
very
then
often you get a
because
Mortal
it's a
Kombat.
very short lifespan between each game.
Yeah.
Where it's like, Street Fighter, the last one was almost 10 years ago, and
Yeah.
before that was almost 10 years ago or 7 years, and same with like Tekken and most of the other ones. They have a long lifespan, so they
Yeah.
put as much into it as they can, and then usually the sequel comes on the next console. So with MK, like only having a few years in between each game, it's like it just feels very short, and then you got the next game, and then you got to like build from the start from the beginning with a small like base roster, and then add new characters, and yeah, it always feels like there's something gimmicky with each game, and there's people who prefer like Mortal Kombat X from uh 2016, I think, and so yeah, I think just having more time between each game, and not rush into the next one would probably work better in their favor.
Well,
But
I'm hoping
yeah,
they go back to half decent sized campaigns and good story campaigns. Like the
yeah,
last
Yeah.
couple have been garbage, and they're so short. You start playing,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, okay, I can do this in the stream. Like,
Yeah. 3
Yeah,
hours and
pretty
you're done.
much.
Which
Well, I like the recent one. The story is good, but then like I was playing it, and then all of a sudden it was ended, and I was like,
so rushed.
yeah,
oh,
Yeah, I think you'll
Yeah, it
find this
was.
COD will be kind of what we're used to in the past when it comes to like a full proper
hope so.
release. It has to be. Otherwise, you're going to question what have you done for 4 years.
Yeah.
It has to.
and you
God,
don't
has
question
to.
the price tag.
Yeah. $110 every year.
yeah. It's
Going back on
wild.
that, that's what they need to. I think they need to revisit not releasing yearly. I think they need to make it either bi-yearly or just give the devs more time.
Well, I was starting to get to the point, like I just sort of said earlier when Modern Warfare 3 came out. I said if they just keep doing these yearly drops on games, I'm just gonna start skipping a year because it's
Yeah.
it's getting ridiculous. And like I said before, you've got that COD launcher, if you want to call it that, on your Xbox. I went in the other day and it was the file itself was that big because I had Modern Warfare 2 campaign in there, Modern Warfare 3's campaign, Warzone, which I never play. So I just went and deleted all this stuff unless you have multiplayer on there because that's all I play.
Yeah.
It's just the amount
That's
of
all I've got
space it
installed.
takes up is wild.
Then you got a little game like X Defiant. It's only 30 gig.
35 gigs. Beautiful.
Oh, my COD, I was like level 21. My housemate, who doesn't play games at all, one of her nursing friends plays, so she jumped on, and now I'm a level 100 over like a span of like a week. So she's raised up my COD level a little bit, so now I play a game, I get fucking demolished.
Obviously, yeah, be interesting to see what they do with it. But back to Ubisoft, since we keep mentioning them today, they have been under the fire along something chronic, as they've just released, obviously, the name of the new Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is a Japanese like samurai themed title, which everyone's been very keen for. But there has been a bit of controversy over the main character being of almost say African descent, and there's people that are on one side aren't happy that it's like that, and then there's actually people on Asian descent that aren't happy that it's not more like being samurai themed should be of Asian descent, and they've been absolutely copying it online for that. What do you guys sort of think of that? And do you think it's that big of an issue, or?
Well, as
I have
someone who
nothing to
is
say about it, and I don't care about it. I think it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, as someone who is half Asian, I'm not offended by it. And plus, Yasuke is a real historical figure. He was brought to Japan by, I think, Italian sailor or explorer Alessandro. I can't pronounce his last name, Balignano, whatever. And then Oda Nobunaga, who's a legendary samurai, even has a castle that still exists today, which you can go see as a tourist. He was interested in this, big dark-skinned man, and thought he'll purchase him, and even though he was a slave, but then he gave him a short sword, gave him a home and stuff, and then trained him as a samurai. And then Yasuke was a samurai for like 15 months during the Sengoku period.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a real historical figure, and I think people just didn't do the research and just jumped to speculations or just being trolls on the internet. Plus, he's also been he's been in Samurai Warriors games, which is like the Dynasty Warriors, and then has an anime on Netflix, and was meant to have a live action movie portrayed by Chadwick Boseman before his passing.
Yeah.
Which still might go ahead, but they're just just rearranging everything. So I mean, the fact that it's a real historical figure, so it's not just something they just put in just for the sake of representation. It's actual historical facts. This person did actually exist.
Yeah.
Plus, he's not the only samurai that was non-Japanese. So, yeah, I think people just come to conclusions and get angry over nothing.
I couldn't help but laugh at one of the comments. Someone's like, "No, there's nothing wrong with it. I love Afro Samurai." I was like, "That has nothing to do with this."
He was inspired
nothing at all, bro.
That character was partially inspired by
I
Yasuke,
know it was inspired by it, but it's like that has
Uh,
nothing to do with this game at all.
Yeah.
I think I'm seeing a repetitive thing though with the gaming community at the moment. That anything that anyone says gets whinged about.
Yeah.
The developer drops.
What do you mean? This has been going on for a long time.
It's getting
Yeah, I
boring
know,
now.
but-
Like every gaming news you
That's
see,
why I
it's
just-
like someone complaining about something.
Someone's
or
offended
bitching at
about something.
Sometimes you get people
yeah.
get offended on someone else's
Someone was
behalf,
even
and-
like complaining the fact that the Sheila in the game was taking on 3 guys. And they're like, oh, they wouldn't be able to do that. They wouldn't be able to beat 3 people. And then it's
Yeah.
like, well,
Sorry,
she didn't.
Video
also
game,
have
yo.
and she ended up losing anyway. So, but
It's funny though.
it's complaining about everything.
The people that whinge about these games would be the first people that go and buy it too. They'd
Yeah.
probably pre-order it and all the rest
They've
of it.
already pre-ordered it.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with Sammy. Like there's definitely wasn't much thought put into it when people started talking about it straight away. And like I said, it's been on the fences. People have been defending it, like obviously Sammy just did, and then there's been people absolutely slaughtering it. But again, they don't know the backstory of it all, and that they're obviously going more historically correct with it. But
I think
it is what it is.
I reckon
People's
every
choice.
game that comes out, there's an argument. You can have a podcast about
Yeah.
any game you want.
every game.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it'll be, you'll find comments about people being upset about it, something.
I think people just need to also step back and remember it's a video game. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be realism in it.
Yeah.
And I know, everyone's like, oh, Assassin's Creed is supposed to be historically accurate, and you're right, Sammy. Like, it is historically accurate, but
Yeah.
there's also been some pretty absurd shit on all the Assassin's Creed games. So,
Yeah, like let's go to Valhalla and fucking meet Thor.
Like people complained for years about them not changing the not going to those kind of eras, those kind of time periods.
yeah,
And when they do, they find something else to complain about in that time period. Like, just, they're not going to
Well,
win.
That was like
No.
the last one, Mirage, when it came out. Everyone's like I reviewed that game and I loved every minute of it. I
Yeah,
played it from
Mirage
start to
was good.
finish and loved every minute of it. It was back to what felt like the OG roots of Assassin's Creed, which I loved. But then people are like, oh no, the map's too small, or you can't do this, and you haven't got the freedom you've got in Valhalla. I was
Yeah,
like,
people will say
literally just whinging it was too big.
too large, now
Like-
it's too small again. Like, what do you want?
Yeah. But I don't know.
I am waiting for Assassin's Creed Australia.
Boomerangs.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Cool
My
cats.
name's
Go-
on
go
it.
on. And like the Emu Templars,
The Great
Emu
Evil War.
Templar.
just all set up like Emu Templars.
Hiding in a cave in the Blue Mountains.
Assassins are trained by koalas up in gum trees.
You might have to go copyright that, mate. You got a good idea there.
Go patent it.
It's probably already in development.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
just
going
send an
to be.
email off. Hey guys, I got this
Clip it
original
and
idea that
ship
I
it.
just thought of.
You can make Captain Cook.
Yeah. I talking about sort of games that people are whinging about, and Brashy had a really good name for it before. Red Fail.
Redfall.
Redfall.
I enjoyed Redfall. Who didn't enjoy it?
I enjoyed it too.
I
but
enjoyed
it's
it.
dead. The studio that made it
Haven't
has
played.
been closed down.
Yeah, but it was always a single player game, though, wasn't it? Really?
Well,
Was
it was
Redfall
supposed to be a
co-op single player?
No, it was
I
a
don't know.
co-op game.
It was a
No,
co-op.
it was like a
four-player co-op, right?
group co-op.
Co-op story, I mean. It's not single player. It's
Yeah.
co-op story game.
Well, regardless, they've just dropped their final patch for the game, which has added offline mode, rearranged some classes, played around with weapons and whatnot. But Arcane Austin has shut down. They've dropped their last thing, and that they've said that's it. That's development's done for this game. We're not supporting it anymore or anything. So, in great gamer community, they've just turned around and said, "Well, we're not playing it anymore."
Oh,
So-
good on them. Don't play it.
It came out last year, did it not? Redfall. I'm pretty sure I remember the Xbox 12-month releasing that they did last year.
I don't know.
So
Was
the
it?
game has.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
maybe.
certain it was last year. So, is that bad that the game's literally lasted 12 months?
Yes.
No, it's pretty bad.
Yes, it is.
I
Yeah, it came
remember
out. It
watching
came out in May last year, so just over 12 months ago.
12 months. And I remember watching the concept for the game at the Xbox showcase where they said all these games are coming out in the next 12 months. Game looked awesome. It was something different. It was a different sort of feel to everything else. Yes, it was another same sort of style game that we're all used to, but it was different elements to it all. And when it first came out, a heap of people jumped onto it, but I don't know. Studios get shut down all the time, I guess, and games. Do you think they should have tried to sell or palm the game off to another studio to keep it going, or do you think just let?
I think with this one, let it die.
Yeah, I think this one they had to just let it go.
If they had to make a whole new game and then just give the people who bought Redfall that one for free. Because I don't know. To me, because my friends always told me about Redfall, and we've always been huge on Left 4 Dead. We were like, oh, this might be the revival of our Left 4 Dead days. We got on it, and it was like, just never felt the same. But we didn't pin it to the game being bad. We were like, oh, maybe we've just grown up and grown out of that sort of genre. But I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad. I
don't
know
think
understand
it
it
was
was
that
buggy, everything like that.
We're starting to see more and more games just die.
Yeah.
What was that? That's pretty bad.
Wasn't there a Suicide Squad one?
Yeah, see, I enjoyed that less than Redfall. I just found that just
Suicide
boring most
Squad-
of the time.
Suicide Squad was great. We all finished the story, and it was a good story. But the amount of grinding after the story you had to do, and then the season dropped, or the Joker DLC, whatever you want to call it, dropped, and there was so much grinding just to get to it. I was like, I don't want to have to replay this whole game without story dialogue. So the dialogue in the story was great. It was a really fun game to play from start to finish. But once it was done, I uninstalled it because I was like, I don't see me coming back to this game. It's like, what's that game that everyone was playing not long ago that's now relevant? That Pokemon Pal World.
Oh yeah.
That's just died off the face of the
About
planet. There's that. I'm starting to see this sort of thing, and it's funny. You've got games like Rainbow Six that came out 11 years or 10 years ago, or whatever it is, and they're still relevant and they've still got a heap of player base. Whereas you've got games like Pal World that might have a couple of hundred people playing it now, but it's not. Everyone was like, "Oh, game of the year, It's not. It's dead.
Yeah.
I
A
think
lot of games are
developers
struggling
need
to
to
find longevity.
I think developers need to sit down and stop releasing the same sort of game and think of something new to release. A new idea that's going to capture people in. Because they could go and release a brand new Rainbow Six game. Not Rainbow Six, like a different development team. I'm still going back to Rainbow Six. The game works, the game's good, and the game's fun. And it's something where you can play it whenever you want, and you can leave it for 6 months and come back and play it again if you really wanted to, and there's still always going to be games. You're not going to be sitting there for 10 minutes trying to find a game.
Like,
Like
if it's not
PUBG,
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's the balance I need to find, because there's single player games that you play once or twice, or over a certain many years you might go, oh, I might go back and play that again and finish the story. And then you have the games where you can jump in, play a game, and then jump out, jump back in, jump out, like your CODs, your Revo Sixes, your League of Legends, Dota, and everything like that, where it's like jump in, like Tekken now with it's like the tournaments and that, where you just jump in and you fight people, and then you raise up, like, get your ranks, and your ranks reset, and you have to redo it again, like League as well, where your rank gets reset and you have to work your rank back up again. That like gives you like something to continuously do over and over and over again, and it never really gets bored, because you can always play a different champ or play a different character or use different guns or anything like that. Whereas Power World and those kind of games, you jump in, you go around, you do all these cool, crazy things for a couple months, and then there's nothing left to do after that, because you've done it all, and you're like, eh. So it's pretty much what it should be is like all those long running quick games, but they've made it as a story based single playthrough game where you go through, do it all, and you're like, oh, now what?
Yeah.
But instead of like this, they could have released more powers, or made a new island you can go to, but this was like fizzled out.
Yeah, where's my Power World Diamond?
I'll ask Subby before I say anything about this. That game that we just helped Red play is not under embargo, is it? Okay.
No.
So on the weekend, I sat down with Red, Vibe, and Campy, who just didn't decide to show up. But anyway, we played Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Loved the movie. Knew the game was going to be nothing about it. But I jumped into the game, and after probably an hour, I said to Red, this just feels like another Friday the 13th game. It feels like another DBD game. I said, they need to do something different. And they could have done Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They could have done an awesome, like, single-player campaign game that was a whole heap of fun with that, like, sort of horror thriller genre of game. But they decided to do this thing, which, don't get me wrong, it's fun to play, but it will be one of those things that you play a couple of times and you're like, okay, it's the same thing. I've just got to escape. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Everyone played that for so long. Now no one plays it because it's just repetitive, and they don't release enough content quick enough to keep people wanting to go back to the game. But yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see them make.
There's two problems with these sorts of games: is they don't learn the first time someone does it and it fails, so they just do it again. They change the numbers of players per side and think that's enough, and then that doesn't work. But then someone does it again, change the numbers per side, change the theme of it. Doesn't work. And the other problem is they don't support it more frequently enough.
Yeah.
So it just dies. Look at the updates for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They just dribble out at like one every 6 months. No one cares anymore after 6 months.
Well, that's what I said to Red the other day. They need to, if they want this game to be successful, the developers need to pump out content, new maps, new clowns, makeup clowns, doesn't matter, perks, weapons, anything to keep the people interested in the game. Because as it stands, it's just another Friday the 13th game, or Texas Chainsaw. You go into the game, go and pick up a heap of stuff, escape. You get some XP, do it again. And there's only a handful of maps. So by the end of it, you're like, okay, guess I'll play another game. Just feels like the last one. And then you get to, but yeah.
That's kind of the game I'm reviewing right now. Scholars, mate. It's like what's that game where you're that dude that's running away from that scary guy in the asylum, and all you've got is like your recorder and everything.
Outlast.
It's that. It's just that, except not as.
This is a problem. It's just no originality to any.
Or that lunch lady one where you have to run away from lunch lady, except it's this big ugly dude instead with a big ass machete.
Oh yeah.
And all you have to do is run. You can't fight back. And if you get caught, you're just dead, and you have to start back from the last.
Was that Evil Within, or whatever it's called?
Yeah,
Really
Evil
cool.
Within.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and then you just run around and you have to try and unlock shit and like just find something fucking solid and smash the lock on the front door and get the fuck out of there. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
It's getting so repetitive, man.
like I was playing, like I got really far and then like I died and I had to go back really far and I'm like, fuck, now I have to do that all over again. And just the fact that as soon as if he sees you, you're pretty much fucked because as soon as he gets within like a certain range of you, you just automatically die.
Yep.
You're like, and there's no hide, like you can't hide under furniture like some of those other games. You can crouch and you become quiet, and you have to like you can hide behind like desks and stuff, but you can't climb under anything or
I get
anything like
under
to
it.
hide, or climb in lockers or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, like you have to, like all of a sudden you run into a room and then duck behind a fucking cupboard and just hope for the best. But yeah, it's just nothing new. Like,
And I feel like the new games they've released, like Suicide Squad, for instance, are still based off another game, but just reskinned and like Suicide Squad to me felt like Gotham Knights. And again, Gotham Knights got repetitive, and Gotham Knights was another game you didn't particularly want to play by yourself because it wasn't as fun by yourself. So you got to try and find someone else that was keen to play it, and just yeah. But that's gaming at the moment, guys. That's what we get to put up with.
Yeah, exactly right. Remakes. And
Now, this is one for obviously you guys, and I want everyone to comment on what they also think. We'll start with you, Techno. What is a game that you've played that doesn't have a sequel, but you wish did?
well, it doesn't have a sequel.
Doesn't have a sequel, but you wish it did.
I want a second Detroit Become Human game.
Okay,
yes, that's actually, yeah,
that's a
I
good
love
one.
that game.
I played it last night for the first time. And it was
Oh,
incredible.
okay. No,
So
it's
good.
a good
I
game.
love
It
the
was
game.
absolutely insane. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's a good game. What about you, Brashy?
Legend of Dragoon.
Never even
I
heard
think
of the first one, so.
Yeah.
it's similar to Final Fantasy.
Ah, okay. Alright.
An old Final Fantasy game, but they because it sort of came out the same night. It was on PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Sort of came out around the same time as like Final Fantasy, I'd say 8 or 9, and 8 or 9. It sort of came out at the same time, so like late 1990s.
Yep.
But yeah, it had some extra mechanics in it. Like it had combo moves, so you do the whole thing. It's like turn-based. You attack, and then you have to hit the button at the right time to execute the combos, and you do more damage. Otherwise, you just do a one hit, and it does fuck all. And that was really good. And you can transform into like a dragoon, so you got like cool armor with fucking big wings and shit. And use magic and stuff. Yeah. So because I really liked the original, and like apparently there's been talks about them doing a remake of it, but I wouldn't mind just a second one.
What about you, Sammy?
It's one in particular. I'm sure no one's heard of this. It's called Lost Bronx. It's a like old fighting game from the 90s, and it's made by the same people who did Virtua Fighter and Lucky Dragon or Yakuza and stuff, Sega. And yeah, it's like a weapons-based fighting game, but it's like I guess like Soul Calibur, but it's more modern. So it's people in the streets fighting with sticks and hammers and stuff like that. Yeah, it hasn't been. I think I ported once to PS2 after the Sega Saturn version, and like if we don't get a sequel, at least maybe just port it to modern consoles and hopefully because Sega's been doing that with the Lucky Dragon series, like with Fighting Vipers and Virtua Fighter and that, and Sonic the Fighters. Hopefully, it might possibly be in the next game, which I'm hopeful for. But at the same time, like not many people talk about this game, so but yeah, wishful thinking. And I guess other games will be Heavenly Sword and Sleeping Dogs because they're both
Sleeping Dogs
really
is a good
underrated.
one.
Yeah,
Sleeping Dogs is a good game.
still holding out for it.
What about you, Subby?
What about me? Remember that old game? Sorry? Remember that game, PlayStation only game, The Order? 1886?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
That was a good
A lot
game.
of people hated it. But I really do wish they gave it another shot with a sequel. Really, Yeah, I not too long ago started playing through it again when I got the PS5. Actually,
I completely
needed
forgot about that game.
something to play on the PS5, so I re-downloaded it and started playing through it. But that'll be.
Yeah, I was gonna get it because it's pretty cheap at the moment. I think.
I don't know. I
On
already
PlayStation
owned it. I owned it on because it's you can just play it. So I just
Yeah, I've got it somewhere.
what order?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I've got it on disc somewhere.
I would have. Yeah, it'd be good. I don't know. Sony got a lot of
$8 at EB Games.
Sony got a lot of good IP like that they never did anything with. But that one always stood out for me as a game that I wish they had a sequel to.
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually enjoyed.
I
That game,
really
too.
enjoyed that
remember
game.
I got it when
Really
it first came
enjoyed
out on the PS4.
But yeah,
There's
Detroit, the one that Techno said was also another good one.
Mm.
I'm surprised they haven't done a sequel to it. Or Heavy Rain, one of those other ones that they did.
Yeah.
A game I would absolutely love a sequel to, and I know everyone says it online too. I want a Bully too.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that game, and I've played it about 10 times. I love it, and it's so good. They need to make another one.
Classic you can always revisit.
Yeah, exactly. It's a classic you can always revisit, and it's always fun to. You always hear Jimmy Hopkins, and it was such a good game. They need to make another one. I don't even care if it's not Jimmy again.
Yeah, just a different one.
Just yeah, I don't care, but I want another one. It's a bit like Red Dead Redemption. They didn't do John Marston. Well, he was in it, but
Yeah.
they did a different character. The Bully 2 needs to happen, and I hope Rockstar are doing something. They just haven't said anything, but
I reckon they're doing GTA.
well, GTA 6.
What I reckon they're doing.
That's
You think
yeah,
so?
that's next year.
Wow, that's
I did.
someone that posts all that gaming news. That's concerning.
Bold claims there.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I reckon that's what they're doing. That's what they're working on.
Subby just broke his NDA on that game.
Oh,
Maybe
Another
there's
one.
a side mission in GTA 6 where you maybe, I don't know, have a school kid out or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh,
Help a school kid burn down his school.
Yeah. I read a thing a while back that because there was a heap of people asking why there was no for kids in GTA 5, and the Rockstar terrorist says because you guys will kill the kids.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
mow down kids with cars. I was like, true.
Yeah.
At least in Bully, you just beat them up. You don't kill them.
Yeah, exactly. And
Well,
it was
I've thrown
that's
them
the
off
sort of game.
buildings and they survived.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Another game
definitely-
another one I think deserves a sequel is Days Gone.
maybe.
Yeah, actually, yes. I love that game. I always go back to it. Every now and then for a bit of fun to see if I can kill the hordes I can never kill.
Yeah. I think with the infestation of the zombie genre, that was a fresh one.
Yeah, I like that one. Because it's sort of like your World War Z, except in a story form.
Yeah.
Where you got actual motherfuckers running at you.
Deacon
And
St.
it's
John was a good
frightening.
character.
And what's his first name? Whitwer, the character.
Whitmer?
Whitwer, yeah, his last name's
Oh,
Whitwer.
Whitmer.
He's huge Star Wars nerd. He was like the voice of like Darth Maul. Sam.
Ah, yeah.
I love him as an actor and a voice actor, and I loved him in it. Like, I always made sure I listened to everything he said because it was always fucking great. He always puts so much like emphasis and like emotion into everything he says.
Really.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, make sure you comment below on the YouTube, Spotify. I don't think you can do comments on Spotify yet, but let us know what a game that hasn't got a sequel that you wish had a sequel. But yeah, that should hopefully be some good comments on there. I can't think of any more games off the top of my head. Bully 2 is the first one that came to my mind. So, but if you guys are streamers or even looking at just getting some artwork done, and you don't want one of those pesky people in your Twitch chat, MKAU linked up with StreamSpell, so you can use code MKAU for a whopping 15% off. I believe Subby has some work from them, so if you look at his stream,
Yeah, some of my
you'll be
current
able to-
stuff is through them. Yeah.
So that is pretty cool stuff, and it's all fairly affordable stuff too. So definitely head over and have a look at there. If you're in the MKAU Discord, you can look in the affiliates tab and click on the link straight away to get taken straight to the website. But that's another episode done, guys.
Alrighty.
Jeez.
We shall talk to you later. See you guys.
All right.
Later.
Yeah.
So yeah.